Welcome back to part 3 of reborning with air dry paints and style. Okay, so now we're going to do the next layer of modelling, and this time I've chosen to do sapphire, which is a blue. Okay, the primary colours are red, yellow and blue. I did the purple tone yesterday, but that's okay because you can add whatever other colours you want with newborns, like your pinks and your reds and your purples and your yellows and whatever. But the primary colours of skin, that should do it, are red, yellow and blue. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm just going to get the mixture ready. And once again we will put in our stroke and blend medium. I will do half a ml of that, and we'll get some distilled water. There we go, about 5 ml of the distilled water. We've got the nice sunshine here at the moment on a autumn day, and you should be able to see better than with just artificial light. That's why I'm doing it before it gets to afternoon, and then it's difficult to see, especially with the shine on them, and they do have shine. But with each additional layer that you put on of the paint, the shine tends to fade. It won't go completely, and that's why we seal them in the end with the ultra varnish mat, but it does become less. So give it a good stir and make sure that it's like watercolour consistency. It seems to be. And that's your watery layer there. And I'm using a sponge that I've used before. They are reusable. Pick up some of the paint, as we've been doing. Blot out the excess. And we'll start with the head. It doesn't matter which one. All of these babies will be available once I'm finished with them. I don't know whether you can see how slight the modelling is, but you can see it, you see. So you don't want it really going darker than that. I'll just try and zoom in for you. I don't know if you can see it there with the natural light, but yeah, don't go any darker than that. Really, you don't want modelling that's too intense. It really does not do you any favours. So we're going over now with the blue. All over the back of the head. And as you can see, I didn't load the sponge again. So there was sufficient paint there to do all of the back of the head. And I'm not pouncing with it, I'm just applying it with gentle pressure. If you press too hard down on the sponge when you're applying the paint, you will release too much paint, and you want to try and avoid that at all costs, because you can ruin your kit. And because we're working also with permanent paints, you've got very little time to correct a mistake, and if you miss that window of opportunity, then your mistake is there for good. So you've got to keep that in mind as well, and that will do. It's just a slight overall blue mottle. Let's do one of the arms. And put you back these kits, as I said yesterday, are so difficult to work with because they haven't got the flange on the end where I normally use to hold them. They're a full-bodied kit, and yeah, that's what happens. So very, very lightly again, just randomly. There's no set pattern. It's random. If you do get more paint in one particular area that you don't want, then you just get a cosmetic sponge and like there, and just dab it on to get rid of the excess paint. Talking about cosmetic sponges, I went searching on eBay to stock up on some of them, and I was flabbergasted at the prices they've gone up to. And also I can put it down to is that they must have woken up to the fact that they're used for more than just application of cosmetics, and that artists are using them, and they've inflated the prices, of course. And that was disappointing. I didn't even end up buying them from eBay. Just ridiculous, the prices there. I ended up going to Amazon, I think, and there you go. And they weren't cheap either, but they were cheaper than eBay, which is just pathetic. Then we'll do a leg. Now, by the time I do the fourth kit, or rather the bodies for them, these will all be dry and ready for the next mottling layer. So yeah, that's how quickly these... Oh, you're overloaded. Where's that little magic brush? These paints dry. So you've got only X amount of time to work with them. Okay. I just took the excess paint off again, doing the bottom of the foot, just very lightly touching the vinyl. And see, blue is a highly pigmented colour, and you don't want any mistakes with it, because if you do, you will be stuck with it, trust me. So just very lightly touching and releasing some of the paint. Okay, so I'm just going to, oops, big oops. That one had to come off in a hurry because it really was too much, way too much. It's still not gone. That's what I mean about blues. I think most of it's gone there. Am I getting blobs of paint from you? Shouldn't be. So that's about it. Then you can see the skin colour changing as well, so that'll do. Done. Be back for part 4, which will be our next mottling layer. And I'll see you, well, I won't see you, but you'll see me then.